So I was kind of skeptical going into The Big Sick because I was thinking the trailers looked okay, but everything that people are saying, it's great. But I ended up walking out of the theater thinking, this is like a work of art. So The Big Sick is based off a true story. And what makes it even more interesting is that the main guy, Kumail, he is the one that actually experienced these events. And that's just really unique for any movie, really. So Kumail, played by Kumail, meets this girl at one of his stand-up acts named Emily, played by Zoe Kazan, and it starts off as a one-night stand, but as things keep on going a little bit further with them, they start to hit it off. And what makes this movie unique in its romantic comedy aspect is that at one point she gets really sick and she's in the hospital for a good portion of the movie. And that causes Kumail to have to talk to her parents and get to know them more, which kind of gives a different aspect than most romantic comedies. And her parents are played by Ray Romano as Terry and Holly Hunter as Beth. And I gotta say, everyone in this movie is really good. Really, really good. And if I had to pick two standouts, the two that come to mind are Holly Hunter and Kumail himself. Now, something else that is different about this movie than most other romantic comedies is that Kumail's from Pakistan. So in Pakistan, you are supposed to pray 5 times a day and have arranged marriages. Yet Kumail doesn't really feel like it should necessarily be that way, but he also doesn't want to lose his family because if he goes against these traditions, then his family will abandon him. Now, another thing that I really loved about this movie was the chemistry between Kumail and Zoe, and I just loved seeing their relationship grow, and it was really beautiful, and it was really cute as well. Now, the dialogue that was spoken in this movie, like, it felt real. Like, it felt like you were actually there, just watching these events happening, and it was just really beautiful to watch and feel and see. Like, I felt tempted to cry like 3 or 4 times during the movie. And that's not necessarily because something sad was happening. It was just that I was happy to see something else happen, and I felt that emotion that the movie gave to me. And the movie just made me feel so invested in it, and I couldn't stop focusing on it the entire time it was in front of my face. Now, this movie is a romantic comedy, and it definitely pulls off the romantic side of things. And the comedy is definitely there. It's not like bust out your lungs funny or anything like that, but it did make me chuckle and laugh out loud to some extent. And I like that. I mean, the comedy was better than I really expected from the trailers, because I didn't really find the trailers all that funny or make me think this movie was going to be very funny. Now, one of the flaws that I do have with this movie is part of the third act, because I do feel like it is a little stretched out a little bit too much. So I feel like some time could have been cut out there, because it seems like it kept on teasing something going to happen, but then it was like, no, not yet. And, I mean, following up from the second act, where this movie really shines, it kind of suffered a little bit in the third. But it's still a really great movie, and I highly, highly recommend it. I feel like if you really like romantic movies, then this is definitely the movie for you. And if you don't go see it, then you're just doing yourself a disservice. So I'm going to give The Big Sick an 8 out of 9. This movie is really great. Like, I would appreciate you sharing this video, not just for my sake, but for this movie's sake, because really, more people need to go see this movie and have this movie doing better than what it is. Currently, this movie is sitting at a 97% on Rotten Tomatoes with an average rating of 8.4. So, I mean, another great reason just to go see this movie. So if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and maybe even subscribe to see more of this kind of content. And remember, no movie is a perfect 10 out of 10. Thank you all very much for watching, and God bless you all.